The Franco-German couple, of course, has been called the motor of Europe. Traditionally, Berlin is the newly elected French president's first stop. And to get more reaction from Germany now, let's bring in France 24's Nick Spicer in Berlin. Nick, I imagine Germany's leaders and politicians are viewing this election with a big sigh of relief.
Absolutely. German Chancellor Olaf Scholz tweeted shortly after we got the numbers that he was looking forward to good cooperation with Emmanuel Macron, and he thanked his constituents for voting for the French president. And it needs to be said that Scholz did something pretty unusual between the two rounds. He actually got somewhat involved in the French electoral process, signing an editorial with the leaders of Portugal and Spain, basically calling on people to vote for Macron without saying his name, saying that French voters, this was published in a French newspaper, had a choice between democracy or choosing a candidate who represented ties with authoritarian regimes and would threaten democracy. So essentially, Marine Le Pen. This is something that German leaders don't typically do. They stand back and don't try to get involved. So the Germans felt that democracy was really at stake. And because of this country's past, when there's a far-right candidate involved, it's something that leaders feel they need to do to speak out against the threat against democracy. So that was quite an exceptional intervention, and which explains the sigh of relief you were referring to. And I think that goes pretty much across the entire political spectrum, with the exception of the far-right alternative for Germany here.
Thanks for that, Nick. Nick Spicer there reporting from Berlin.